What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are back with another match preview, and today's match preview is the first home game of the season, Swindon Town versus Crewe, Alexandra. So if you do like what you're watching today, make sure to get down there, hit that subscribe button, and let's get straight into the video. So tomorrow afternoon we'll be playing our very first home game of the season, and it will also be our very first game of the season completely, because we were supposed to be playing Saturday against Colchester. That got called off due to a waterlogged pitch, so every team in League 2 has played the game except from obviously us and Colchester. Yes, I know this early into the season the league table will not matter, but on the screen right now, the league table, Crewe, Alexandra, they are sitting 11th right now, and Swindon is sitting 15th. Whose last game was in the EFL Cup against Sunderland. They did draw 1-1. They went to penalties and they won. And for Swindon, it was the same for us. We drew 1-0 against Peterborough, and we lost on penalties 4-1. I think it was, yeah, 4-1. So now that the match previews are back, last season I did pick out 3 players from each team every single match preview to look out for, and that's what I'll be doing again this season. So let's start with Crewe. First player that I've gone for is Courtney Baker-Richardson. He was the second top scorer last season, getting 8 goals and 1 assist in total. Obviously, the best player of last season, in my opinion, was Dan Aguiyi, but he's not here anymore. I think he's gone to Leighton Orient, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he was a massive player for Crewe, and they have lost a class player. Courtney Baker-Richardson, yes, he was only a sub against Mansfield, but he did come on in the 70th minute. He didn't score a goal, but I reckon he will do really well this season. Second player that I've gone for is Mickey Dimitri. We were actually linked with him in pre-season, but Crewe got their hands on him, and he scored in his debut, so fair enough to him. And the third and final player that I do think you guys should look out for tomorrow is their right back, Rio Adebisi. He did also score against Mansfield, and he's only 22 years old, so I do think he has a lot of potential to be a really great player in the future. Despite him only being a right back, I do reckon he's going to get a lot of goals. Now on to Swindon. The first player that I do think Crewe fans should look out for is Hepburn-Murphy. He's on some very great form so far. He scored in the last game that we had against Peterborough. That was the only goal that we scored in that game. And in our friendly against Plymouth, he was absolutely great in that game as well. So if he carries on the form, I reckon he's definitely going to be scoring tomorrow. Second player that I've gone for is Romeo Hutton. Now, yes, I know this was about last season, but his crosses last season were absolutely crazy. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing that again this season, but most of the crosses that we'll be having tomorrow will be from Romeo Hutton. He's got a load of assists last season, and I reckon he'll be doing the same this season. Third and final player that I've gone for now, I picked this one because he used to play for Crewe, but Tariq Uwakwe. He played for them last season. He was a key player in the midfield, and he did play against Peterborough. Obviously, I'm not sure how he done because I didn't go to the game, but he knows Crewe inside out. He's been there for a very long time, so hopefully he can use that to his advantage and maybe get a goal or assist. Now, in our entire history of playing against Crewe, we have played them a total of 45 times. We have won 21 times. They've won 18 times against us, and it's been 6 draws in total. 6 out of 45 games were a draw. And the last game that we played against them was in the league, Hepburn-Murphy. It was the second last game of the season, I'm pretty sure, last season. Hepburn-Murphy opened the game, scoring 1-0, and then typical Swindon conceding 2 goals in 3 or 4 minutes right near the end. It happened at Crewe. We did lose that one 2-1. Now, especially against Crewe, we are very likely of scoring a lot of goals. This is shown with the scores on the screen that we have had against them before. As you could tell, we beat them in our famous 4-3 win when we went 3-1 down. We came back 4-3. We've beaten 4-3 again. We've beaten them 3-1. They've beat us 4-2. So it is very likely we are going to be seeing a lot of goals tomorrow afternoon. Now, I did say this last season. We only lost by 1 goal. It was 2-1 at the end. But it is likely we'll see a lot of goals, and I do hope it happens. Now we're on to my predicted lineup. Now, every single week I do this, and every single week I get absolutely wrong. This week I will be using a 3-4-2-1 formation, mainly because that's what Michael Flynn used against Peterborough. At the start of the season, we didn't know what type of formation he'll be using, but he used a 3-4-2-1 formation, and that's what I reckon he'll be using tomorrow afternoon. So here's my prediction for the lineup. I do reckon Tariq Uwakwe will be playing on the left. Key players like Charlie Austin, Dan Kemp, Liam Kinsella, those type of players will be playing. Centre back, you see the regulars, Tom Brewer alongside Udoka Godwin alive. That's probably what I'll be predicting for most of the season unless some injuries happen. And in goal, Murphy Mahoney. Now looking at the lineup, there's a bunch of class players there that are new to the team. And it goes to show what a great job that Michael Flynn have had this season. Obviously last season we had Scott Lindsay in charge of the signings we made during pre-season, and I don't think he'd done a good job. He signed a lot of players, don't get me wrong, but they weren't really that impressive really. So now we're on to the final part of the video. It is my prediction. Now like I've already said, we've had lots of big score lines across the years, beating them 4-3 twice, beating them 3-1, they've even beat us 4-2. Anything can happen, and I don't think there's going to be that many goals tomorrow. I reckon it will only be the one goal, and I reckon it will be 1-0 to Swindon. Hepburn-Murphy with the only goal. So guys, that's the end of the video. My prediction for tomorrow is 1-0. Comment down below your predictions. Obviously, I would have gone for a goal for Crewe tomorrow if they kept Dan Aguilar. They didn't, so I don't think they'll be scoring tomorrow. So yeah, that's all from me. Let's hope we could get the 3 points tomorrow. You know what to do. Ciao.